What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for our part 2. Now, last week, Chris G. Perry was on the show. He's a relationship coach, relationship expert, and we had a lot of questions for him, and he had questions for us too. But it was all women. It was me, it was Gigi, it was Mora, and Stephanie Santiago. Well, this week, we have all men answering those very same questions. I want to see how different we all are, okay? So we have Emez here.
Yo. Hello.
Yo. All right, we have Radio Big Mack.
Yeah.
And we have Art.
What up?
You may have heard Art mentioned before in Lip Service. In case you missed it,
God.
check
Please
out
don't
the
bring
Dirty
that back
Street
up.
Confessions episode. All right, make sure you're healthy.
Yo, thank you, Yee. Thank you.
Yes, taste yourself.
No.
I should be a McDonald's commercial.
Make sure you're healthy. And I know Radio Big Mac tastes like cake.
Whoa.
A very special cake. All right, so here is part 2 of our interview with Chris Perry.
Any different?
Do you believe in astrology?
Yeah, what's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
A Leo.
Do you? I like Leos.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know much about Leos.
I don't have. The only sign I really don't like with men is Scorpios. But so what do you
Yeah,
think
they're hard
about
to
that?
trust.
Because I don't think I've ever heard you speak on that. But do you think there's some truth to astrology and like this sign compatible with this moon rising, all that stuff?
I do to an extent because I do feel like I have Leo qualities, but I don't really get into that too much.
Okay.
Why,
Okay.
No, I was just wondering because people always talk about signs and this
Yeah.
person and we're not compatible or I can't talk to.
Yeah.
So
Nah, like if I see a sign that's like not compatible with my sign, I'm like, I'm not talking to her. Nah.
no, you would not do that.
I would. That's crazy to me. I feel like you connect with who you connect with,
Yeah, for sure.
and
Same.
you're gonna learn all those things through prayer. I'm very close to God, so I feel like when you get that close connection and you pray, you're gonna get the answers that you need.
Listen, I know you have a long drive, but I want to ask you a couple more quick questions.
Let's get it.
All right. Do you think you need to tell your partner everything? Because people always say in a relationship, there's no secrets.
Oh.
But is there ever a time when you're like, you know what? It might be better if I don't even mention this or bring it up.
Now we're saying like small things.
I mean, like, for instance, let's just say...
Like
Like I ate your food in the
everything.
fridge last night
Oh,
and I ain't
no,
gonna tell
okay,
you
let's
why.
say this, right? What happened
That's
before...
different.
Let's just say what happened before you.
Yes.
Right? Let's
Yes.
just say you guys, maybe you don't want to disclose certain things from your past and you're not ready to do that. Do you think that's important to be able to share, certain things from your past? Or can you still thrive without giving all of that information?
Anything that's dark will come to the light. So anything in your past is gonna come, and you want to make sure your partner's prepared for that. Especially if you're in the spotlight, you want to make sure your partner knows everything about you before somebody else says it, and then you look crazy. I think communication is important, and somebody knowing every aspect of you, and that's why I'm referring back to what you said about, or what you talked about jumping in a relationship quick. Make sure you know everything of everything. You want to know everything about your partner before you jump into that marriage. How do you act when you're mad? What type of person are you? Now, the only people that I feel like shouldn't know all of this stuff, and I think where people make mistakes is when they tell their mom or their dad, because your mom and
parents
you
listen to
forgive your
this.
partner, but your mom and your dad might not.
And your friends, too.
Oh,
They will
oh,
not
friends,
forgive.
definitely.
Right, and your friends too.
But what if like you had some wild days and those are way behind you? Because I do feel like sometimes people don't want to know those things.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't agree. I don't think you should say everything. Just pick the things that are important.
Right, 'cause
like
sometimes
the
people-
things he
yeah.
may run into.
So
Like
I was
Although you
honest
never
about
know.
some things that happened in my past with a previous relationship,
because
that 11-year
these
relationship,
dudes
and he
be
hung it over.
sensitive.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He hung it over my head for years.
Well, clearly he wasn't the
But
right
that's
person.
on him. No, he should have never did that.
Yeah.
That's not him. He should have never did that.
no, but no lie.
Because now you're never going to be able to communicate everything with him because you're going to be scared that he's going to.
Well, that ended.
I have a
it
story.
ended.
Made that relationship rest in peace.
I met this guy and we were having a great time. We were perfect. We loved each other like the minute we saw each other. And then we got to talking about things we weren't supposed to be talking about. And you want to know what happened? We were up arguing till 7 a.m. And this is like a really great person. And we were up arguing, having a whole like lecture, argument, debate. It was insane.
That's
Until
terrible.
7 in the morning. When we started about 9 p.m. till 7 a.m.
So it was perfect until it wasn't.
I'm not staying up
We
arguing that long.
overshared. Both of us. We both were oversharing.
Y'all was like Peter
argument.
Griffin and the chicken going around the house fighting. Huh?
No,
I don't wanna argue at
we
all.
overshared. We started talking about our
Right.
past. What we did was we went name for name.
And then you try to one up each other.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
nah,
you said
and-
Rihanna,
and
but guess what?
He got a couple. He got sensitive about a name I threw out there. He got sensitive about it. And it's like after the whole thing, I know we would have never had that argument if I would have just avoided that whole topic.
Yeah, certain things. I do feel like guys in particular don't want to know certain things.
I think we would have been fine.
I remember this guy I know. He started dating one of my friends, and he knew a couple of things about her. And he knew she dated like a big celebrity. And he told me specifically, please don't tell her I know that. Because he didn't even want her to know
that he knew.
How do you hide that? She was dating a big. You gonna find
But
out?
no, it wasn't out in the public like that. It was, she wasn't famous.
Right.
So it wasn't like the general public would know.
Right.
But he knew because she was one of my friends. And so it was something that was discussed. But he was like, I don't even want, like, he did not want to know nothing that happened before him. And they ended up getting married and everything.
I
think to each
genius.
his own, but I think you don't want to get yourself caught up. Some people don't react like that.
Yeah,
Some people find
I
things
agree.
out and then they're completely, I don't trust you.
No, but
I'm
that's the
very
thing.
honest
That's
and
why
open.
you have
I want
to
to communicate everything.
Me too.
That's beautiful, G.
I
But
do.
I just feel like you
one
know
does
what?
like
Look,
that.
I guess the
You wanna
right
keep
man
going?
for me is gonna have a
You
really.
still thinking about that experience when you was fighting in the crib. That's all.
She like, look,
She's scarred for life
I'm
from that.
traumatized.
And I feel
shouldn't have
like
said
it
shit.
really ruined a good thing too. It
Yeah.
fucked up a good thing. It
Yeah,
fucked
because
up
some
a
people
good
can't get out their head. You got to know like who you could tell stuff to. Okay, and the last thing I want to ask is, sometimes men feel like if they're not financially in a place where they want to be, they just shouldn't even bother dating. What do you think about that? Right? If right now, like he's down and he's saying shit went left, he's living with his mom. He doesn't have a job right now, financially not secure. He can't even afford to take you like certain places. What do you think about men who feel like right now I'm not in a space where I could even ask this woman on a date because I just ain't got it like that?
Well, he just communicated with you what his situation and his position. So you got to respect that. He's not ready to date. He can't give you what you need. You know that. Now you have to, as a woman, have to decide, I can't get what I need from you. You just told me that. I have to go this way now. But the thing is, women see that and they just want to try to break that barrier and try to help that man. Women often want to help men get out of their situation.
I have to disagree. When a guy tells me he's not financially ready to date, I'm like, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it.
Right.
because
Thanks for the honesty. Bye.
I ain't got time for that.
We ain't got to argue till 7 a.m. about shit.
Right.
He definitely
Right.
But if he's
wasn't.
communicating with you where he's at in his
Right.
life and that he's not ready for a relationship,
No,
you got to
I-
respect that. And especially a man that's not financially stable, it's very hard for him to give you what he wants, what you want, because he's not in the position to even give himself what he wants. He's not happy with himself.
Do you think that men should not date until they're financially stable? Because men sometimes think that. Like if a guy was like, yo, I want to ask this girl out, but I don't really...
I mean, if you're 16, that's different. But if you're a grown man, I think it's very important to be financially stable before you jump into a relationship.
I think so too.
Because you're never going to be truly satisfied and give a woman what she needs until you're able to follow those 3 things that I always talk about, which is protect, provide, and lead. As a man, that's important, and we got to hold ourselves accountable for those 3 things. And I think financially, as I talk about in all of my videos, that's very important.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't.
I don't understand how a person could be horny when they're broke. It just doesn't make
Well,
any
a man's
sense
gonna be
to
horny
me.
regardless.
Like,
Yeah.
how could you want to have sex when you fucked up?
There be
When I'm
unhoused
fucked
men
up?
outside jerking off, okay? So,
Well, when I'm fucked up,
Broke men gonna give you the best loving because they need a place to stay. They coming for you.
Hobosexuals is what we call them.
Homosexual.
That's a homosexual, okay? He gonna
Right.
dick you down for a good
I
meal
don't
and a
be
place
horny
to stay.
when I don't got no money.
Have you ever been with a man
I'll
that
be
was in a
horny as
relationship?
fuck when I got my bank account is looking nice.
Right.
Have you ever been with a man?
were you
What?
gonna ask?
Have you ever been with a man and he lost his job or something, and then you
Yes.
just see the transition?
Yes.
And he stops doing the things that he was doing.
I always, so it's so funny because I had this conversation yesterday about, people will say that like, oh, women are materialistic. They only want a man. But I feel like it's more that when a man is down, he doesn't feel good about himself.
Yeah.
Right. And so I remember one time I was dating a guy, he lost his job, and it was super early on in the relationship. His whole attitude changed. He was not a nice person after that. Like, he was so unhappy with himself.
Same.
And he was just really negative and pessimistic. And it was too early on for me to be ride or die. And I was
No,
like,
the
look,
same
I'm not-
exact thing. And I was with a guy
Yeah.
who lost his job and he started acting just like that.
Yeah.
Really pessimistic, really mean even. It was,
And I'm like,
he was like depressed.
Right.
You know? So I
gotta
tried
do
to
that.
want to, like, I didn't want to leave him because he lost his job. You didn't want to leave him right away.
And it was early.
It was an early
It
situation.
was early,
for her.
but if I was with you and we've been together and then something
Right.
unfortunate happened and I gotta like
Right.
step up, I'm good.
Yeah,
I can
like
do that.
I didn't want to leave him because he lost his job, but he became really
The
a
mean
different
and
person.
Yeah. And that's what I think it
That's
is.
what
The
pushed
more
you
the
away.
dynamic of how a man feels about himself, and that's for women too. Like, we don't feel good when
That's
we
what
can't.
I'm saying. Yeah, like when I'm eating McDonald's and I'm calling Ange to lend me some money, I'm not feeling like I want to get fucked. I don't want to have sex. I don't want to date. I don't want to talk to any of these men. I want to get my life
God.
together. Like no. I
Men
don't
will still
understand.
fuck you though.
And-
If
So
they-
I
and
can
maybe that's what it
understand,
is
like,
for
if a
you.
man tells me, listen, my money's not right now, but Steph, I'm gonna come after you when it is. I respect that. Like, thanks, it's a compliment. Thank
when I
you.
see you.
See you later. Appreciate it, because don't bring problems to me. I already have enough problems. I don't have time for everybody's problems.
right.
And we're in a new era where women are entrepreneurs and
Absolutely.
women are making things happen. And men have to
Exactly.
adapt to that. And some women aren't ready to be in a relationship until they are financially where they want to be,
true.
until they have their goals. So maybe some women are like, I want to stay single till I'm happy where I am and I'm open for a relationship. And I don't want to deal with no man that's not going to respect that or help me grow or be a better person. It's just, it's a balance. And it's really just like, it's a daily balance because you're going to go through struggles every day. Relationships are super hard. And anybody that makes you think that it's this smooth ride doesn't understand what it takes to be in
I have
a
a
successful
question.
relationship.
One last question.
Right.
So what if, as a woman, I tend to make men feel intimidated? And you probably go through this. All of us, like, have you ever felt like a guy dates you and he gets to know you and he realizes your lifestyle or realizes your situation, how you move or whatever, and then he gets intimidated?
I've had that happen.
Well, and maybe I'm
Well, do
dating
y'all feel
too
like
low.
men are intimidated by successful women? I guess that's
I've definitely been around someone who didn't realize the level of comfortability that I had in life at the time. And once they did, they was just like, oh, okay.
I feel like
They felt like they weren't where I was at, and they felt like you got more than me, or you're doing better than me.
I was actually dating a
Like,
guy a couple years ago
It wasn't
who
a
I
relationship,
really
though, but-
liked. And I never talk about this guy, but I really liked him. I respect him as a man and as a friend. But he dead told me straight to my face, like, I can't afford the way you live. I can't afford your lifestyle. Like, you drive a Benz, you live in the house by yourself, and you are always shopping and you're always doing this. I can't afford you. Like, I want to be
I can't
around
afford
you,
those
but
first-class flights
that's
and
not what
passport
I'm
stamps.
doing. Exactly. Like, even that, the way you travel, you know,
That was
to be
what that
honest,
situation
I
was with
never
me.
had a guy tell me that.
straight to my face.
And or feel
Broke
because
my
I
heart.
also feel like I'm really good at not making you feel like
Me too. I feel the same way. Like, I'm not trying to make. I never felt like I was
because I get a
making
lot
him
of
feel like
perks
he
for
needed
what
to
I
be
do.
like me.
I get a
You're
lot
saying
of
he couldn't
perks.
afford to pay for those things? Is that what he was saying?
He said he couldn't afford anything that I do, like the way
Yeah.
that I dress, the car that I have, the way that I'm living. I can't afford you. Like, okay, so this is what happened with us. He and I, we were getting along. We were seeing each other like literally every day. The way the situation was up, I'm not going to say too much about it, but the way the situation was set up, we were seeing each other a lot. You know what I mean? And suddenly, you know, like we started to stop seeing each other, like out of nowhere. And I was really confused about it. And I'm not the type of person who holds in my feelings, you know? And when I'm comfortable with somebody, I can't stop talking to them. Like I have a really
Non-stop.
extended vernacular, you know, with them. And it's like, so I I hit him up and I let him know, like, what's going on? Like, because we're not going to do this. Like, I want to be clear what's going on right now. And he was like, come over, let's talk about it. And he told me straight to my face that night, like I love you, Steph, but I can't afford you. And it makes me nervous every time. Okay, so this is what triggered it. I got a gift from somebody else. Oof. He and I were, we were seeing each other, but we weren't locked in a serious relationship. And I actually caught him with another woman once or twice.
Oh, this is flawed already.
I know exactly what guy you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I've been new, but go ahead.
And we had a night together, and like I said, he and I used to talk a lot. We used to have these long conversations. So I went upstairs and we had the conversation. And he just told me straight up, like, I can't afford you. I can't afford to get you gifts like that. Like, I feel like being with you, I'll never make you happy. It'll never be enough. Mm. And he bought me like stupid gifts for like my birthday and for Christmas and for Valentine's Day. But I will say this feels
flawed. You done caught him.
He bought me like little stupid gifts for Valentine's Day and all those days. But I liked them. I was very grateful for them.
He bought you thoughtful gifts.
Yeah, like they were thoughtful gifts and nice flowers, and I was really grateful for them. Mm-hmm. But
he saw the competition.
Yeah, and before I got with him, he used to see my ex. He used to see me and my ex together. Like, actually get to see it. Like, a lot of people never even got to see it, and he actually was able to see us together. So even that was intimidating for him from the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Like, when I met him, he was like, he was like, yeah, I seen you had the Maybach and the Bentley in your driveway. So, he knew what I was dealing with before him. And what I was dealing with before him was like sending me gifts and shit.
Mm-hmm. Right. His confidence was in the toilet.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he saw one of my gifts. It was like a $15,000 gift.
I bet it made him
and I didn't think anything of it. I opened it in his house. I opened it in his garage, like in his house. I got the mail in front of him and I was like, oh, let's see what it is. And it was like a purse. Mm-hmm. And lie, he got weird after that.
Competing with your partner, I think a lot of people, especially men, when they see successful women,
but he was intimidated with my shit from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. If that's a big red flag.
One time he came into my house and said, Stephanie, you're a big dog, but I'm a big dog too.
Yeah, see.
Okay, that would have ended it right after that.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
This is funny to me because I remember when all of these things happened.
I never talk about this.
That's a turn off right there, though. If somebody says that to me, like, you're a big dog, but I'm a big dog too.
I remember and you're corny.
Yeah, you kind of just.
I think it's like him being secure with himself, even if he's not successful.
Yeah, he was very intimidated by everything that she had going on.
And I had nothing going on. That was the funny part.
Men like competition to a certain point.
Right.
I have a but look at what he was used to.
I know it was.
See, a lot of men when they see successful women, they get nervous because they want to control.
Him.
Can you judge a person by who they dated before you? Because sometimes we look at like who a guy dated and like, oh no, I'm way above.
No, because people change.
Right.
No, I've dated some.
What about
some
judging
not so
them
great
off of
people
who they cheated with?
You're like, Brittany, please don't judge
me. I've had
me.
some terrible relationships and she still gave me a chance. I think people change. And I also think people change in a relationship. That's why I say you should always revisit your relationship every year because people change and people grow or they don't grow with you. Mm-hmm. So who are we now? Who are you now and where are we now in this relationship?
Check in.
I'm the opposite. Like, I attract men who are very wealthy. Like, I attract men with money and I'm intimidated sometimes by that. Not so much, and meaning because I'm not where I, for myself, want to be at financially. Like, it's a journey and I'm getting there and I'm, but sometimes I get intimidated because I feel like I don't ever want a man to feel like he can control me because of what he has or he can control what I do, what I say, where, all these type of things. And then I feel like men with money get pussy. So if he has me and he don't have like that level of, I'm not at his level financially, he'll take advantage of that.
Nah, a real good man gonna take care of you and get you there with him.
Exactly.
Period.
And that's what I'm. That's
I
what
feel like the richer the better for me. Like I
don't mind it,
because
but it is
listen,
intimidating.
I was dating. Listen,
I wanna be able to
have
hold
a
my man
problem
down,
with
too. I don't want him to
intimidating
just,
men who
you
are
know,
really rich because
take care of me.
I was with somebody who was a millionaire for a long time, on and off, or whatever, and he always had a nice house, and it kind of made a sickness in me to want a nice house, to be battling him. Oh, you got the Maybach, I got the same, I got an S-Class too, you know? So I found myself in like 3 financial holes trying to compete with a millionaire. So I find I'm more comfortable dating somebody rich who's richer than me. It makes me feel good to know that somebody got more money than me that's around me that
It
can
makes
help.
you feel
I
good
wanna
knowing
build
that
with him
if you
and
fall
make
in a
money with
financial
him.
crisis,
That
your
there's a
man is
security
there for
blanket.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether he's
Yeah.
giving you
Safety
money or
net.
whether you want that in a man.
Yeah, for
You know what
sure.
makes
Because
me
you don't
feel
want to be
good?
scrambling
But
around
it was-
and worried all the time because you're taking care of yourself and
It's
another
the
man.
old
Right.
saying,
No,
I
but
can
it's
do bad
another-
by my damn
myself.
self.
No,
Yeah.
but
Right.
it's another thing. That's another thing about me that's intimidating for men because I'm not impressed with anything anymore. You can't take me anywhere that I'm like, oh, this is nice. Everything is just regular to me because I already been
that.
in this life.
But that's not what it's about anymore.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, guys. I feel like, what's the big deal? I'm cool anywhere
So do me a favor.
now.
So tell me 3 things that you want from a man that makes you happy.
3 things that I want from. That's a good question for a woman, right? 3 things that
No,
I want from a man.
I want you to
For
tell
you.
me 3 things that make you happy that a man does for you, and aside from
3
money.
things that I want from a man.
Aside from money, he said.
No, forget money. We're not talking about money. The only things I require from a man, and this is probably, I should probably raise my standards a little bit. It's like a 6-pack, you know, a good diet, but
Not
I think
physically,
that
I'm
goes
talking
with
about-
a 6-pack.
Let's not talk physical
That's really
or money.
important. No. We're not taking that off
No,
the list.
physical
That's
is important, but I want to know what you want. What can a man do for you that makes you happy aside from money and aside from physical?
All I need, I like a lot of attention. I like for my man to pay attention to me. And, you know, I like to have a lot of communication. I like to talk a lot.
That's all attention. Okay,
Yeah, that's
one
attention.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's one thing.
What's the other 2?
The other 2, I wish I could find a man with no kids. That would be like, we're talking about like a fantasy, right? Like a dream man.
No, we
Or
talking
just
yeah.
anything I would accept.
That man is out there.
Which one? The one with
The
no
one
kids?
you're talking about right now. Yeah.
No kids that could pay you plenty of attention, and what else?
And I don't know. I don't want much. I just need you to text me, and maybe
Just
we can
text
go
me.
out to dinner.
Okay.
And you know, and I
got you.
want to
I got
have
you,
sex.
sis.
I want to have a lot of sex.
I got you.
You know what I mean? I want to fuck all the time.
I got you.
All right, so you
wanna
gotta
have
fuck, no
sex
kids,
all the time.
and communicate.
Yes.
He's
I wanna-
a good
I wanna
dude.
have- I
Definitely
wanna
out
talk
there.
a lot.
With a 6-pack.
I wanna talk
Don't
a
forget a
lot.
6-pack.
And a 6-pack. Okay,
I want
got you.
yeah, that's a bonus. Honorable mention, a 6-pack. So I want to talk a lot.
Talk a lot, fuck a lot.
And I want to have a lot
And
of
talk.
sex.
Yeah, talk, communicate.
And I want a lot of.
6-pack,
What was
Okay.
the other one?
no kids,
No kids.
welcome back, Stephanie.
and a whole lot of money.
No.
Yeah, welcome back.
And Steph,
I'm not
thank
having
you
a lot
for
of
thank you
sex.
for sharing that with me. I do appreciate it. I know like that was an on the spot question.
Did I answer it good? I don't think I answered it that
was
good.
what you wanted.
Yeah.
There's no
Answered it.
correct
There's
answer. There's no
no-
wrong
yeah.
answer.
And for all of us, the 3 things I would say, I want a good sense of humor because I like to laugh. I want somebody who's really ambitious because I am, and I'm always working and trying to figure out things to do. So I need somebody.
Yeah, you need somebody who's moving.
Yeah, to match me in that
Making
area.
moves.
And I just want somebody that treats people well, like a good person, a good human being.
I feel like I need to be friends with my partner.
Yeah.
For sure. We need to be friends. And honesty is huge. That's like number 1.
Okay.
And communication is like a given, but like I need a lot of sex too.
Right. No,
I
but
need
I
a
think
man.
it's really important for a man, for me to be a marrying man. Like, you don't have to tell me you're going to marry me today or tomorrow, but you have to tell me
At
in the
some point,
beginning of our
marriage is
relationship
important.
that
That's
you
on the
want to
table.
get married. You're
Chris,
not
what
a
are your
person
3
who
things?
doesn't want to get married.
Before we get out of here, what's your 3 things?
What I look for in a woman?
Yeah.
I like a woman who's supportive, communication, that knows how to communicate, and that is somebody I could trust. I think trust is a huge
Trust
thing.
is huge,
Trust,
too.
communication is somebody that's loving, like a nurturing woman. You know what I mean? And going back to our question, our talk about a man is gonna lift you up in and bring you with them. And I feel like that's why that's just nature for a man. If a woman's not where she needs to be, a real man that's in a good position is not going to try to compete with you. He's not going to try to knock you down for not being where he is. He's going to help lift you up to where he is. You know, put people in position. Like my Airbnb, I get an Airbnb. Guess what? I want to make sure Brick got one too. I want to make sure that I want you to have your own stuff.
But
I don't want you to feel like you have to depend on me, but I want you to know if you need to depend on me, that you can.
Absolutely. And I think that's important. But I feel like if a man sees me doing good and he feels like I'm winning, you know, like whatever, I'm sports betting and I'm getting money and he feels like I'm really winning, I feel like he should be inspired. If anything, if he's not there, that's when I'm really doing good.
Everybody got to bring something to the table.
Everybody,
and that's what it is, right? That's how you have a great relationship.
I just feel like a man should be inspired by his girl, like really making big moves and looking like she's big, you know, dog.
Big dog. I'm a big dog.
I'm a big dog too.
Chris, before you get out of here, where can people find you and what is it? You know, because I know we just brought you on here and got free therapy.
So now we got to pay the bills. Come on.
Yeah, like I need a
So where can we find you? Where can people find you? Chris GQ Perry.
You can find me at Chris GQ Perry on Instagram. I would just say follow me on Instagram, Chris GQ Perry, and you'll find all my stuff through my link tree.
Okay.
But I appreciate you having me, Ange. I appreciate talking with all you ladies and you guys giving me the opportunity to learn a little bit about you guys.
Do you have a headache now?
No.
I appreciate your advice. Maybe I'll be a little more patient in whatever I'm doing that I'm not doing, but I'm doing.
No, it's truly a blessing because I feel like out of this conversation, somebody's gonna listen and it might help somebody.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
because we all got issues,
and we always help each other.
And like Chris said, even he's not perfect. We might look at him as a relationship coach. He goes on social media. He talks about things and his own experiences, but
we're all
nobody's perfect. We're all a work in progress.
I want young men to know that
it's okay.
It's okay to mess up. It's okay to make mistakes. I made a lot of them, and you can come back from that. It's all about what you want in your relationship with God. I want to put that out there. God first.
God first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Won't he do it?
Amen.
Sure.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris GQ Perry.
Thank you.
Lip service.
Thank you.
All right. So first question I have for you guys. If you are not financially stable or financially in the place where you want to be, some people feel like I shouldn't date, right? I should just stay home, mind my business until I get to the place where I want to be, where I can do financially things for a woman, take her out, take her to expensive restaurants, buy her things. Or do you feel like, look, if I like you, I can be honest about my situation? Let's start with you, Emez. What do you think?
I think it depends on the chick, but I like growing with the girl if I'm broke. Like, I think it's cool. Like, if I'm broke, you should be able to be confident enough to tell her, like, yeah, I don't got it right now. We're going to have some fun, but maybe if this is not where you want to be, you can go get the guys that got the money. But right now, I don't got it. Well, you can still have fun, but it's not going to be that.
Have you ever done that?
Plenty of times. Yes, absolutely.
What do you think, Big Mac?
I think that you got to be you should try to be on the same level as the people you go, you know what I mean? It's like basketball.
Okay.
JV don't go play with the varsity, you know what I mean? Like the freshmen ain't playing with and I say that only because if you start going after these women that are on a different level, they're going to want things that you can't do.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And they say that women need to lower their standards. Man, sometimes we got to lower our standards too. You know what I mean? There's some broke women out there that got some good vagina. You know what I mean? You know, there's some very good broke pussy out there that you can definitely get, and it's just as good as the expensive pussy.
Have you ever had a woman take care of you? Like pay for your dates? If you tell a woman, I mean, you said you've done that before.
Yes.
I ain't got it like that. Has she been like, I got you, don't worry about it?
Yeah, I dated an older woman one time, and she would, before we go out on dates, she would give me the credit card or the money and be like, yo, listen, when we pay.
You had an allowance?
Wow.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
She was older. That's why.
I would rather us have that moment in privacy than me look like the cornball that don't got it when the guy comes to get the bill and she gives it and I'm sitting
Did
there
it make
like
you feel weird that she would tell you that? Or
I mean, I knew what my financial situation was. I wasn't ashamed of it. Yeah, you got it, and I know you got it. Yes, pay.
When she gave you the money, does she say "Sonny" and rub your back?
Did you know you had to do some things? Like,
listen, I definitely did some things for some change. Absolutely.
So you were like
you sucked her toes?
escort.
We dated, okay? was a one-off. But yeah, I did
I
some
don't know.
things.
Escort sounds kind of fire.
Yeah.
Escort.
She was trick. You was a trick.
All right, Emez.
So wait a minute.
Now
Did
wait,
she-
hold on. Art didn't answer the question. Let's ask Art
Wait, did
first.
she call you over?
We were dating.
Because technically, you had the first Uber Meets department where she would call you and you come over. She give you money, you deliver the meats, and then you
Did you
leave.
ever pay, or did she always?
Oh
pay?
no, I mean, I paid sometimes when it was within my means. You know, when we
Okay.
went to like big
Ruby
steakhouses.
Tuesday. Oh.
Did you have to pay or did you
Tuesday.
volunteer to pay?
I made. I mean, I'm a man. At the end of the day, I didn't like her paying, but when I had it, I made sure I paid.
All my dates would be Applebee's because you know get 2 for 1.
Yep.
With
Did
the-
she ever throw it back in your face, like, you know?
No.
She didn't throw it
Never.
back
Okay,
in his
that's
face.
good.
Never.
She
She
threw other
Something
things in your
else.
face.
She threw other things at
She
you.
paid for it.
And I took those.
She threw right back at you. She said, hold my walker.
Stop it!
She had a walker.
No, she wasn't that old.
All right. What about you? Do you think you can date? Because I had a guy tell me, look, the reason I didn't ask you out, at first was because financially I was strapped and I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, he can attest to it, but I'm.
What?
Come on,
What?
not because I
Hey,
date you.
yeah.
I mean, what I mean by that is I've told the story.
Nerp.
I'm saying I've told stories before, but I'm like a romantic kind of person. So if I'm dating a woman, I'm gonna Uber you to the spot. I'm gonna Uber you back home. So I like to do those kind of things. So if
Okay.
I'm broke, I'm not going out with.
What
a
if
girl.
it's out of state too? Like you got to pay a
Yeah,
toll.
yeah.
You paying for the Uber, and when you call the Uber, is it a black car? Is it a
This is
SUV?
regular.
Or is it
I mean, I'm not
regular?
going
Or
out
is
of
it
my
it's taking
Uber.
18 minutes. I don't know why.
It's a Honda Accord.
I mean,
There's
I'm not
somebody
going
in there
crazy.
with
You
you.
gotta wait.
It's a shared
Yes.
ride.
You getting a regular SUV? That's it. I'm
Oh,
not.
an SUV though.
No, like you know what I mean. Like not the
You
Suburban.
gotta
I'm
drop
talking
Larry
like the
off first, and then we can drop you
Man,
off.
come on, man.
Why is
She's not the
someone else in the car?
Just regular. Just regular.
All right. Well, okay. So everybody here thinks that. So, Art, you're saying you got to have a little bit of money before you feel like
Yes, before I go out.
comfortable
and start
enough.
dating. Yep.
Now, Big Mac, I'm not sure.
I feel like women are gonna miss out on their blessings because they, you know what I mean, they're gonna go for the money or somebody who's on the same level as them. I said you could dumb it down a little bit. You know, there's some broke men out there that could take care. But what I'm saying on the other side of it for men,
Right.
stop shooting so high. You may not play on varsity level. You may be
See,
freshman.
I disagree with that one. Cause homegirl was making a lot more money than me, guys. She was way out of my league.
What- I
Out
mean,
of
look,
it.
Way out of my
Did
league.
you feel like she was out of your league for
Yo,
real?
trust me when I tell you, I was like, this is like dream come true.
every once in a while, yeah, you could throw a Hail Mary and you're gonna
Right.
catch a pass or two.
I call it
So
lick.
what ended up happening? So wait, what ended up happening, Emez?
I was too young, and
She died.
Shut up.
She died.
I'm still alive.
She knew my radio career was at its blossoming point, and she said, "I don't want you out here cheating on me, so go out there, go."
She found smiles at bingo.
You know, Mac, I'm tired of you. Yo.
B4. Hey, I got that too.
It was an amicable split because I was on my journey of radio stardom.
Okay. Do you feel like you owe her still? Like you want to do something nice for her just to pay her back for all those meals?
I wasn't a charity project. Like, what's that?
There's times I was hungry.
Just get her some hard candy and put it in her purse. She'll be
Wait
over
for
there.
time like this.
That's why I don't be sharing, Dan.
You got the dreams of nightmare intro.
Get a picture of her and Frederick Douglass framed.
She wasn't that old. I was in my mid
It
20s.
kind of feels like a split decision here. You know, Mac is on the fence. Art says, yeah, no, don't do it. Emez saying, yes, be an escort.
Listen, you never know until you try. Go, try it. Shoot your shot, fam.
Now, the next question is about, do you need to disclose things from your past? Big Mac is already smiling. I don't know why. You know, Country Wayne was up here. His new special is out on Netflix, but he was saying that he doesn't care about a woman's past, right? Because, you know, clearly he has 10 kids. And so you can't judge a person by what they've done before you. He doesn't even want to know. Or it doesn't really matter to him. But sometimes people feel like they have questions. When you first start dating somebody, they're like, so let's discuss your past. Does it matter to you guys? Big Mac, since you're smiling so
All right,
hard.
go ahead, brother.
Big Mac.
Go ahead, talk about your past.
Ooh.
For me, it doesn't matter. I don't want to know about what you have going on just because I'm like Sherlock Holmes. Like I'm gonna go investigate, and that's gonna fuck me up. So I don't want to know about what you, and that might hurt me. So I'd rather not know.
So
you're
gonna investigate anyway.
Yeah, no,
so
I'm saying if you tell me something,
I tell you,
if you tell me something, I'm gonna go out there and investigate even further. So I'd rather just you save me the headache. So just don't even bring it up to me. I don't want to know about it.
Okay,
Nah.
but what if you're gonna find out though? Wouldn't you rather the person tell you?
Then we can have that conversation. I'm cool with that. I'm cool. If I find out, I'm cool with having that conversation.
But you don't want to know unless you find out already.
Yes, I don't want to know. I want to be ignorant. Ignorant is bliss. I want to be ignorant. Don't tell me about it.
No. Not in this industry. We go to parties. We go to events all the time. I bet not be walking into a spot where 3 of these niggas can come up to me like, yo, son, you know your girl was... Nah.
Well, that's your problem. You dating industry women.
Hey, listen, I've dated girls in the industry, out of the industry. I don't give a fuck if he was a fucking plumber.
Yeah, things happen.
I need to know. You're not going to make me feel crazy out here in the streets. No, I need to know.
Did you unclog somebody?
But you know what I'm saying? No, we're not doing that.
Gonna make me feel crazy just because you had a past?
But is it going to matter to you if she tells you?
It doesn't matter, but it gives me, it empowers me, and now I know. So now I'm not blindly walking into a situation where it's like, damn, all y'all niggas hit?
Right. What if she's like, in my past, these guys ran a train on me.
Wow.
But that was a long time ago, and I went through some issues, and where I was going through a phase. Would that matter? Big Mac, why are you laughing?
Because this a touchy one. I'm trying to.
Go ahead, Mac. Talk, bro.
This happened to you?
So okay.
It's hit home.
The train wasn't ran on me. You know what I mean? But I was involved. But here's the thing.
Were you first or last?
I was
in the
first.
Middle. Okay.
But
every guy says they were first. Whenever guys say they ran a train,
I was definitely first.
They swear they was first. Okay.
So the reason I was trying not to speak on this one was because I've been on both sides of it where I thought in one situation, I'm telling you everything and it's going to be great. But I told everything where there's some people involved that are around to this day. So that every time they were around them, first thing they think it is, this is what happened with my man and all this. So it was every single time they were around, it was a problem. So then I was like, all right, now I'm only going to disclose things when it needs to be disclosed. But then when it needed to be disclosed, sometimes the train stories and the group orgy things come up, and it's like
it involves other people too.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you were involved with this, and I'm like, I was kind of involved, but not involved. I was dragged.
I
in
was
it.
first.
I needed a ride home in one situation, so you know what I mean.
Hold on, now back up. I need to know how needing a ride home translates
to a train.
I ain't touched nobody. I was just waiting for a ride.
No, because they were supposed to take me home.
So you got to train.
And the girl was like, "Yo,
it's the first stop.
We'll take you home right after we do this." And I'm like, "I don't really want to do this. I want to go home." But that was my ride, so you know what I mean. Like, I had to.
Okay.
How was I gonna get home? I wasn't gonna walk.
Taxi, Uber.
Yeah,
Lyft.
There's no Uber at this point.
At this time, that wasn't around.
Oh, okay.
This was before that.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, this was friends. We're actually friends, and then you had to chip in for gas.
So you had to do something to get a ride home.
Yeah, I didn't chip in gas. I chipped in ass. So
Ooh.
Your ass or
no, they gave ass.
Oh,
Of course, she did.
So they made you have sex to get a ride home?
They didn't make me.
Yeah, this sounds worse than being an escort. This looked like you was just
wow.
held beyond your point.
No. They didn't make me do it, but at the same time, like,
blink twice if you're in help. If you need help.
How was I gonna get home?
Poor you.
That don't poor me. Like, I finished. So
did you feel weird about that? I'm sorry this happened to you.
No, because it was me, him, and her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we switched positions, and then he went and played Mario Kart, and then I finished. Then I played Mario Kart when he finished. So I got to play Mario Kart, and I got home. So it's more wins than losses on my side.
Okay.
But
I can't even imagine the scenario in my head. Okay. I'm learning a lot about Big Mac.
Yes. Yeah.
But the good thing about, there was 2 other situations, and the third one was like an orgy. But that orgy is why I went to college, because shit started getting weird, and I was like, this is too much for me. I'm going to college.
So that's these orgies. I got to go to school.
And I left for college, and I haven't been back since. So it's a positive story.
So
at the end.
Without an orgy, you would have never went to college.
And I tell them that all the time.
Right. Thank you.
Yo, if this orgy didn't happen, I would
never have furthered my education.
Never been who I am today, and I never would have left in.
Well, thank goodness for orgies.
Amen.
Yeah.
Orgies save lives.
Or have you ever been in an orgy?
No, I have not. That's
on
something
your bucket
on the
list?
Yeah.
Orgies are it's weird when it's your friends. Like if you're gonna do it with people you're not close with.
That's why I want to go to a sex party in New York.
Yeah, I mean, there's COVID now, and it's a little different.
How does
now.
an orgy even happen? I've never had one, so I don't know. But like, and then when what if like a guy? Because orgies are guys and girls.
Yeah.
So is it weird to like see like you said, it's your friends?
That's when it got weird because
Right.
I'm like, these are people that I played football with, and I'm watching him
They're
get
like,
his dick
"Huh?"
sucked, and
Yeah.
it's like, it's a little awkward. So.
Ah.
So I was like, I gotta go. And I applied for colleges that night.
I don't want to see these people anymore.
I was like, this is
because after
it's
an
way too
orgy with
much.
your friends, how do you talk to them later? Like, is it just regular? You just act like it never happened?
No, the next time I talked to them, I said, hey, you guys, so I got into college, and I leave next week. So thank you. And then I left for college. Yeah.
I can't do this, and I got to leave this small town.
That's a valid reason to
Have
go
you
to
ever had an
college.
orgy? Been in one?
Yeah.
You finished the job.
I plead the fifth at this point because my mom doesn't know.
How do you guys make sure that, like, when you're in an orgy, you know, and there's guys there too, that you don't accidentally? Because what if it's dark and you're like, "Ooh, wrong person"? You know what I mean?
The good thing about me, I'm the size of an eclipse, so you can't really accidentally run into me.
They might purposely do it
There's a
too.
shadow.
Doesn't happen that way.
Oh, the
man.
light got dark over here. Mack must be walking this way. They showed it go the other way.
You stay on your side, I'm over here.
Everybody is coordinated. It's like a dance.
Because I thought it was an orgy is everybody participates, everyone.
That sounds more like a gangbang.
No,
Well,
that's
no,
No,
that's-
the orgy, there was 5 in mine.
Okay.
And so I think the orgy is more than 3. That's what I think.
By definition.
Yeah, like when I go on xvideos.com and you search those,
There's always a few people,
Yeah, and
right.
I search reverse gangbang,
Okay.
which is all women and one guy.
Okay.
So a guy got gangbanged.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but you got to put reverse. Don't put gangbang because then you're gonna see it. Yeah, it's gonna be all dudes and one girl.
All right. And last question for you guys. Is it a red flag if you don't post your significant other on social media or if they don't post to you? According to Chris GQ Perry, this is a red flag. I want to see what you guys think about that. So let's start with you, Art.
For me, I don't believe in posting significant others only because at least the life that I curated for myself that I want to live, it doesn't involve like other people seeing who I'm with. I'm fine with just living outside of the
Feels like a red
internet.
flag to me.
No, it's not, man. It's not.
I
but-
agree with you, but then you started explaining yourself. And
I mean,
I
I'm
started
not
questioning it. Yeah, you wasn't
Life
sure.
I've curated for
Because,
myself.
the way I'm living and the life.
You sound like those guys.
No,
Have you
man.
ever-
I'm
have you
just
ever posted
living on the
anyone?
edge.
No, I've never posted. I don't post my family. I don't post anybody unless
Okay.
it's me. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I've curated.
So
a
you've
life.
never done that?
No, I've never posted a significant.
Okay,
other.
what? So just because you don't want people in your business or?
That exactly that. But when I was in college, my college girl that I was dating, one of them actually ended a relationship because I didn't want to post her.
Wow.
So that was interesting. We're young, and she was like, so like, what, you're not gonna post me? Like, what are you talking to other women? I'm like, no, I feel like the life that I want to live, I don't want to post. I don't want other people to see who I'm dating.
Did she
or who
post to
I'm
you?
with.
Did you have a problem with that?
Yes, I don't want you to post me or me.
Wow.
Post you. And it's not because I'm seeing other women. It's just like a trust thing. Like,
But
you
she
have
should be able to
believe.
post you. We could see if you don't want to post her, but if you tell me I can't post you on my page,
I don't know.
definitely a
It
problem.
depends on
It's
what life
boundaries,
she's
though, right?
curating and living the way it's set up.
I mean, it's just boundaries.
Living on a
like,
prayer, you know what I mean?
boundaries of posting me.
Boundaries.
Well, it does sound red flaggish. What do you think, Emez?
I think it needs to be a period. Like there needs to be like a grace period. Like if we're dating for 3 months, don't expect me to post you right away. I'm willing to post you once we get serious. Like I'm married. My wife, I can post her. But dating, like,
How long did it take till you posted her before you got
like
married?
3-4 months.
Okay.
Because it was like I wanted to make sure she's here for the long haul because at the time I was dating a whole bunch of chicks and I didn't want to have to,
explain and have comments. And was it a big deal when you finally did it? Like a discussion?
To her, yes. When I did it, I made sure it was special for her. It was kind of like the moment it was like official.
You won.
Yeah, you won. You got the prize, baby.
What about you, Big Mac?
So I used to. I used to post, and then as my life started curating the way it's set up, you know what I mean?
Like the way I've curated.
I think it was really after when I got on radio and then wilding out, like the people that started following me, I don't know these people anymore, and they started getting weird.
Right.
Like I would post my brother or like and stuff like that, and then they would reach out to him or follow him, when I used to post, they would reach out to my ex and ask them questions about me, and I'm like, this is starting getting weird.
Right.
So I'm like, now it's getting to the point I don't know these people, so I'm trying to I need to keep that separate because you get people like him where they do research and they can find. Yeah, he said he would find information. Like, there's other people that are way more advanced in finding out that stuff, and they have intentions that I don't know about. So it's like I'd rather keep that away from like my personal life because what I don't want to do is have to pull up somewhere because some crazy person pulled up somewhere because they figured out where my girl or my mom is or whatever, and they see that they post where I'm at, and then they pull up and
so
it's
not. So you're saying it's not a red flag? You just do it for safety purposes.
I think it's a red flag depending on somewhat like he said the lifestyle live. If you work at ShopRite or or Publix or something, and you just a bag boy, then.
Yeah, man.
I don't want. I know. I'm saying
curate your life.
No. The reason I say like a bag person because the bag person is standing right there in front of everybody. Like you
that
can't
mean
hide.
You know who he's dating.
No, but you can't hide from that person.
You'll be surprised, nigga.
No, but also I saw a post recently that kind of I love. If you go on my Instagram, all I do is post jokes. It's nothing but funny stuff, jokes, and all that shit. Who I'm with is not a joke.
What if
I'm serious about that.
What if you were dating a woman who's a comedian, right? And then maybe you guys end up doing some sketches together.
But that's what I mean. So if they're already in the life and we're both in the same type of life, then
okay.
That because I'm sure that person has their own craziness or whatever, so we can't hide that. But if it's somebody who, if if my girl works at the bank or something like that, and she's not the type of person who likes the attention and stuff, I'm not gonna do something that could possibly put her in attention.
What if she has an online store and she's like, why you don't post my store?
My wife.
Yeah.
She does that?
She makes little things. I gotta get you a cup.
Okay.
But she's all the time. She's like, make sure you reshare my stuff. I'm like, my crowd's not your crowd. Like I can support you all I want, but these rap niggas don't give a fuck about your Tumblrs.
It's a mixed emotion. You know what I mean? Like you want to support, but at the same time, how many times have y'all seen somebody post an ad or something? You're like, I don't give a fuck about this. You know what I mean? Because that's not, like you said, that's not the crowd.
But you could also be creative in how you post it too, to make people be, you could do little fun things.
Angela's trying to make me feel bad. Okay, all right, I'm gonna help her.
And he's gonna have a post tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have a whole post.
Come on, my wife's Tumblr.
Something clever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, for me personally, and you've heard me talk about this, but like, I really do try to make sure, because people be coming at me. I don't want them to come at like my man or anything like that. I've had people post like my parents' address on social media.
See, that's that weird stuff.
And I've had stalker situations. I've had to get the police involved. I've had people show up. I've had all kinds of things happen. So it did make me a little bit more cautious. Even when I go places, I don't post until after I'm gone.
Well, you're very secretive. I don't know what your personal life is on Instagram.
But I believe women should
that's
do
how
that.
you should live.
I think all women should be that.
I don't even know if your last name is Yee. It might be Lawrence. It's something.
I thought Angela Yee was the first name, man.
Your real name might be Tamika Lawrence.
I just don't post things, but in real life, you'll see me out. And that's not a problem. Like if you see me, you run into me, I don't hide things. I just don't post it because I've had so many issues.
When I was an intern for you, people like would go, "Oh, you work for the..." I'm like, "Yeah." They were like, yo, what's up with Yee? I said, I don't know. I've never seen anything. I have no idea. I don't know if she likes men, women, dogs, cats. I have no idea.
Shout out to my man.
There you go.
She like Lotto. You'll never know who her man is. She's gonna keep saying.
Lotto got a whole
We
tattoo.
know who she is.
Well, listen, I appreciate y'all for coming up here and just giving the male side of things. And we'll do this again.
Confused on both sides.
All right.
Yo.
All right.
See what I'm saying?
I'm talking about y'all.
See what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
I'm talking about
Hey, yeah.
We gotta get out of here. Art has to make sure he's healthy and go taste himself.
Yo, that's great.
Hey man, clean yourself, man.
Hey, yeah.
It's